Now to a slightly lighter tone, like you said, DJ. As soon as you spoke about DJ has left me a message. He asked me to ask you, how do you feel about the poor pav on the pav bhaji that you buy from Shiv Sagar during the IPL at 3 o'clock in the night, and how does the pav feel enough? Is there enough around Mumbai for you to order?
What is that? I mean, I don't understand. What
He's saying
pav?
that every night at 2 o'clock or 2:30 in the night, you order pav bhaji from Shiv Sagar, and there is a routine. He says, along with a lot of other routines that he follows for victory, he says you watch a movie at late night sleeping with 3-4 guys in the theater next to Trident. Then he also says that you have
He's
your
one of
2:30.
them.
That's
He's
exactly
one
why
of
he's saying
them.
that.
Yeah.
And he also says that the 2:30 pav bhaji is extremely critical for you to be able to make the right decisions on the ground.
No matter what, 2:30, no chance, man. But yeah, I mean, I've been out a couple of times. We've gone on to that famous place near Chowpatty. It's one of the best pav bhajis you get there. I've been there few times. But yeah, now obviously I've got if he doesn't know, I've got a little one who is in the house, probably sleeping at that point, or me and Ritika, we both are trying to put her to sleep. So there is no chance, or there is no way of going and eating pav bhajis anymore after midnight.
Rohit, now that you posted it, how long does it take for you to put the little one to sleep? Or is she like good and goes to sleep quickly?
No, it's not. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. It's
Do
a
you
tough
sleep
job.
in the process as well sometimes?
I have. When she was young, I have actually. When they are at that stage of burping, when they feed the milk and they have to be burped, and it's in the middle of the night, you're tired, you want to sleep, you're sleeping, and obviously, yeah, I can't let Ritika do everything. So I used to take that responsibility of burping in the night. But yeah, of course, I've gone on to sleep, and I've not realized until Samaira has started to drift away from me, man. So only then I realized, okay,
You need to
I
pull.
can't be. So now after that day, I started walking now, because before that I was in the bed doing that. So when you're in the bed, you're relaxed, you're comfortable. So I decided I'm not going to sit and do it. I have to be on my feet, yeah.
See, I don't know as a batsman how you feel about it, Rohit, but as a bowler, constantly, when you have somebody nicking off and the catch is referred to the third umpire, no?
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to see if the catch is carried and it will be given out. That's exactly how I used to feel putting the child to burp, Like once that burp comes out, I feel the decision has been made. That's how I used to sit in the nights waiting for the burp. So I completely empathize with you.
Such a relief that you get when they burp and when they go to sleep, and especially when you put them to sleep. And that has been my goal in this lockdown, actually, to put her to sleep. I was not good at this. This was the only thing, I was lacking behind. I was not able to put her to sleep. I arrest everything I can do. I was actually doing. But putting her to sleep is something that I couldn't figure out, because obviously that's the reason. I'll tell you is because for 1.5 years, she was away, and even when she was with us on tour, I mean, I used to go to sleep, or she used to go to sleep early, like around 9:30, and that's the time you are out for dinner. Especially I'm talking of the World Cup when
Correct.
she was there. So I never really had an opportunity to be with her and put her to sleep, because she used to go to sleep at 9 o'clock, and 9 o'clock is when you finish your dinner. So it's too early. And I didn't do it. Now I'm at home, and I've tried it on many occasions. I've tried it before also, but I did it once in the afternoon, but in the night I just couldn't do it. So that is, hopefully by the end of the lockdown, I hopefully should be able to.
No, before we get into that part of lockdown and COVID, I want to ask you one final question about your routines during the IPL and in fact, when I became the captain of Kings 11, I wanted to follow success patterns. I've been at CSK. Then Mumbai is another successful franchisee. So I actually called up DJ and a couple of other people in Mumbai and asked them, what does Rohit do? How does he manage the whole thing? You need to handle the franchisee. You need to meet with the owners. You need to talk to them. There's so much more that you need to do around the job. Then he gave me 2 insights, Rohit. I'm going to give you the first insight. He said, usually meetings happen inside the boardroom, but Rohit and our owner meet during Bel Puri at midnight. Okay, that's one thing he told me. And the
Bhel
second
puri.
thing, yeah, that's what he told me. And the second thing he told me will make more significance for you. He said that Rohit has never come to the breakfast in the history of IPL, but ever since Samaira's birth, we found him at breakfast last year.
Absolutely. That's right. Yes. That's right. Because, see, I'll answer the second one first.
Okay.
The breakfast one. I'll say because it's true that I've never been to breakfast table in the entire IPL history, especially at Trident. Never. Uh, that's because of so many other reasons. We never sleep on time. You get back from the game itself around 1, 2 o'clock
2 o'clock, yeah.
after midnight. So it's like I need my 9 to 10 hours of sleep, man. I can't do it without that. You know, there has been days where it was traveling day for us, and we had to travel. So I've woken up early, but I've straight gone into the bus without eating anything. So I used to go and
Okay.
eat at the airport or in the flight. And since Samaira was born, I used to sleep with her during. I know the timing that she goes to sleep and all that. So I used to somehow manage to sleep with her and wake up with her because once she's up, you're not going to get your sleep.
Correct.
She'll be all over you. So you better make sure that you sleep on time and get your 8, 9 hours, whatever it is. Otherwise, you're stuck. And especially for me, I'm the captain, and with Mumbai Indians, we are half of our time we spend in the meeting. So I need to be fresh and energetic.
For the meetings. But what about the first one? He said the meetings are very brief, and Rohit loves the street food in Mumbai, and he generally meets up with all the owners and the staff for a bale puri outside Trident.
I don't know. That's
He's making up some stories, I think.
yeah. I guess so. That's rubbish because I don't meet them for Bhelpuri. You're talking about. Who you're talking about. I don't meet them for Bhelpuri and all that. Yes, of course we meet them for our strategy meetings and all that happens with them. But we purely discuss about the team. What should we play? What shouldn't we play? Why are we dropping X, Y, Z or whatever? It's purely that. It's nothing else.
Great. Okay, Rohit, now you've answered most of my questions. I'm very happy the way it's going, and you've taken most of the honors. And thank you for doing it. In these
No
times,
worries.
I think it's going to put a lot of positivity into people's the way they're thinking. They're finding it difficult to cope up with it. How are you going? How's the situation in Maharashtra? How's it in Mumbai? Are you missing playing the game? What are you doing?
The situation in Maharashtra is not it's not great right now. Uh, I mean, everybody who are in position to talk are talking about various things like following the rules and regulations and all that. We have done so many promotions to make sure that people stay indoors and all that. Now it's up to the people, man. I can't. We can't really do much more than that. And the cops here in Mumbai, you have to just bow down to them because the amount of effort they have put in. I could see it from here. Every day they are on the field, making sure that no one comes out. Going around each lane, making sure that the lane is following the discipline and all that. Because we have a lot of lanes, small lanes, and that is where people try and come out and start creating nuisance. So that is where the cops have been very strict here, and they're making sure that all these people stay inside. It's like it's on us now. We can't blame anyone else. What has to happen has happened. From here on now, we have to control the situation. If we don't engage, if we stay away from people, so maintain social distancing and all of that, this thing can be contained. I'm not saying it's going to go forever, but at least it'll be contained. And also, we have to try and remember there are, little things that we need to remember while even if we go out for grocery shopping and all that, we need to remember there are 2 or 3 entry points of COVID. One is our nose, mouth, and eyes. These are the 3 entry points. If we manage to, even if we touch something and if we manage to keep our hands away from the face, we half the battle is won even if we go out and come back inside.
It's,
That is,
I mean, like you said, Rohit, you pointed out rightly in the first half where you said, all these things have been put out there. A lot of people have spoken. We have spoken about it. Every celebrity has come out and spoken, taken to social media. But it is a high sense of luxury for a lot of people to keep social distancing. So there are people who are out there who are struggling to make ends meet and struggling for every meal in their day, who are actually going out right now to make a living for themselves. So and that's where I think people who can afford the social distancing must stay away and allow these people to go and work. So if everybody is on the road, then it's going to create a mess. In fact, I read one article where I'm sure you're aware of the 1918 Spanish flu, where there was quarantine and all that. And the moment the quarantine was lifted, everybody thronged the streets and it went up by 5%, the infected number of people. So I think those who can afford can still continue to be exercising caution. And I'm seeing how Maharashtra is, even Tamil Nadu is. I think these are all proper red zones. We need to be able to support the rest of the country to be able to curtail it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, there are a lot of engagements that happens in the metro cities. So for us, we need to be extra careful than the other cities, the tier 2, tier 3 and all that. We just need to be little sensible and little understanding of the situation. See, government is trying everything they can. They have still opened up a lot of arenas, a lot of spaces in different parts have been opened up. And we need to understand and not get frustrated. Lockdown doesn't mean that you've been, you've been held or
Hostage,
you've been asked. Yeah, this is not a crime. We are doing it for our future generation and making sure that our future is secured. If we stay indoors now, we can move outdoors pretty soon. It's as simple as that. And I hope people can understand this very soon and live with it, because if we don't, it's not going to go anywhere.
Sure. Rohit, thank you so much. And before we close, I just want to ask you how I leave this quoting in Marathi saying "Stay safe, stay home." How do I say it in Marathi?
Stay safe or
stay home. Stay home, stay safe.
घरी बसा,
घरी बसा. What?
घरी बसा, आरामात बसा.
घरी बसा, आरामात बसा. That's easier than Punjabi, I think.
बसा means आराम से, just take it
आराम
easy.
से. Right.
आराम से. आणि घरी मतलब घर, your house.
Okay. So the one thing that I learned, I wanted to ask you was tu kasa hai at the first. I forgot it obviously. So that's it. Yeah. So thank you so much, Rohit. Thank you so much for joining me today. It has been a pleasure. And thank you so much for taking the load off me as well.
No worries,
good night.
man. Thanks.
Regards to Ritika and Samaira.
Yeah, thanks. Hope your two little daughters are doing all right, and Preeti as well.
I mean, we are actually thankful for the first time that we have two. They're entertaining themselves to a certain degree.
That helps a lot.
To a certain degree.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.